My class of operating system. Today we will learn about computer security and user authentication. User authentication. RFC 2828 which is a standard, defines users authentication as the process of verifying an identity claimed by or for a system entity. It is fundamental security building block and basis of most types of access control and for user accountability. User authentication is distinct from message authentication. User authentication process consists of two steps: identification, presenting an identifier to the security system; verification, binding entity or person and identifier. User authentication is the verification of an active human to machine transfer of credentials required for confirmation of a user's authenticity. The term contrasts with machine authentication, which involves automated process that don't require user input. User authentication is performed in almost all human to computer interactions other than guest and automatically logged in account. Authentication authorizes human to machine interactions on both wired and wireless network to enable access to networked and internet connected system and resources. Traditionally, user authentication has typically consisted of a simple ID and password communication. Increasingly, however, more authentication factors are added to improve the security of communication. Means of user authentication. Four general means of authenticating users' identity are: individual knows, includes a password, a personal identification number, or answers to a pre-arranged set of questions. They are called knowledge factors. Include all things a user must know in order to log in, like usernames or ID password and PIN numbers all fall under this category. Individual possesses include electronic key cards, smart card and physical keys, also known as token. They are called possession factor and consist of anything a user must have in their possession in order to log in. This category includes one-time password token or smartphone apps, employee ID cards, and SIM card based mobile phone. Third, individual is static bioinformatics. Include recognition by fingerprint, retina, and face. They are called inherence factor. Include any inherent traits the user has that are confirmed for login. This category include the scope of biometrics, retina scan, iris scan, fingerprint scan, finger vein scan, facial recognition, voice recognition, hand geometry, and even earlobe geometry. Individual does dynamic biometrics. Example include recognition by voice pattern, handwriting characteristics, and typing rhythm. It can use alone or they can be used alone or combined. All can provide user authentication and have issues. User location is sometimes considered as one of the factors of authentication. The ubiquity of smartphone can help ease the burden here. Most smartphones are equipped with GPS, enabling reasonable surety confirmation of the login location. Lower surety measures include the MAC address of the login point or physical presence verification through card and other possession factor elements. The use of at least one factor of each of these four factor type is considered four factor authentication, 4FA. Selecting four authentication factor out of two category is only two factor authentication, 2FA, and as such less likely to add significantly to the security of the procedure. The reliability of authentication is affected not only by the number of factors involved but also the specific technologies and the manner in which they are implemented. Well-designed and appropriately enforced implementation rule can help ensure the security of user authentication. Password authentication. Widely used user authentication method. User provides name, login and password. System compares password with the saved for specified login. Authentication ID of user login and that the user is authorized to access system determines the user's privileges is used in discretionary access control. Password vulnerabilities. There are different types of password vulnerability. Offline dictionary attack. It leads to specific amount attack. Then password getting against single user. Then workstation hijacking, also popular password attack. They are connected. Workstation hijacking can lead to exploiting users' mistake, which lead to exploiting multiple password use and electronic monitoring. These are different types of password vulnerabilities. Following are the attack strategy. There are different attacking strategy which are to be kept in mind. Offline dictionary attack. The dictionary attack uses a simple file containing words that can be found in a dictionary, hence its rather straightforward name. In other words, this attack uses exactly the kind of word that many people use as their password. A hacker gains access to the system password file, compares the password hashes against hashes of commonly used password. Specific account attack. Attacker targets a specific account and submit password guesses until the correct password is discovered. Popular password attack or attack against single user. The attacker chooses a popular password and tries it. Attacker attempts to gain knowledge about the account holder and system password policy and uses that knowledge to gain the password. Workstation hijacking. Workstation hijacking. The attacker waits until a logged in workstation is unattended, exploiting user's mistake. User is more likely to write it down password because it's difficult to remember. Exploiting multiple password use. Similar password for several applications are being used. Electronic monitoring. If a password is communicated across a network to log on to a remote system, it is vulnerable to eavesdropping. Use of hashed password in Unix. In Unix, hashed password are used. Follow the encrypted passwords are being used in Unix. That is the use of hashed password. A widely used password security technique, use of hashed password and a salt value, found on all Unix and other operating system. Loading a new password. The user selects or is assigned a password. Password combined with a fixed length salt value. Salt is a pseudo-random or random number. Password and salt serve as inputs to a hashing algorithm to produce a fixed length hash code. Hashed password then stored together with a plain text copy of the salt in the password file for the corresponding user ID. Verifying a password. When a user attempts to log on to a system, the user provides an ID and a password. Operating system uses the ID to retrieve the plain text salt and the encrypted password. The salt and user supplied password used as input to the encryption routine. If the result matches the stored value, the password is accepted. Password cracking technique. Dictionary attack. Dictionary attack is based on trying all the strings in a pre-arranged listing. Such attacks originally used words one would found in a dictionary. However, there are now much larger lists available on the open internet that contain hundreds of millions of passwords recovered from past data breaches. Dictionary attack develop a large dictionary of possible password and try each against the password file. Each password must be hashed using each salt value and then compared to stored hash value. Next is rainbow table attack. In rainbow table attack, rainbow tables aren't as colorful as their name may imply, but for a hacker, the password could well be at the end of it. In the most straightforward way, we can boil a rainbow table down into a list of pre-computed hashes, the numerical value used when encrypting a password. This table contains hashes of all possible password combination for any given hashing algorithm. Rainbow tables are attractive as it reduces the time needed to crack a password hash to simply just looking something up in a list. Rainbow table attack pre-computes table of hash value for all salts. A mammoth table of hash value is obtained. Can be counted by using a sufficiently large salt value and a sufficiently large hash length. Using better password. Clearly have problems with password, that is why it is easy to guess the password by hacker. The goal is to eliminate guessable password. At the same time, it's easy for user to remember four basic techniques: user education, computer generated password, reactive password checking, proactive password checking. User education. User can be told the importance of using hard to guess password. Provides user with guidelines for selecting strong password. Can be problematic when have a large user population because many users will simply ignore the guidelines. Computer generated password. Poor acceptance by user. Random in nature. User will not be able to remember although they are robust password, but users are not able to remember it. That is why they are not so popular. Reactive password checking. System periodically runs its own password cracker to find guessable password. The system cancels any password that are guessed and notifies the user. Can be costly in resources to implement. Proactive password checking. User selects own password which the system then checks to see if it is allowable and if not rejects it. Token authentication. Objects that a user possesses for purpose of user authentication are called token. Tokens are of different form. They are embossed, raised character only on font, example old credit card. Magnetic stripe, magnetic bar on back, characters on front, example bank card. Memory has electronic memory inside, example prepaid phone card. Smart card has electronic memory and processor inside, example biometric ID card. Memory card and magnetic strips. Stores but do not process data. Magnetic stripe card, example bank card. Electronic money card, they are also known as electronic money card. They are used alone for physical access with password, PIN or for computer use. Drawbacks of memory card include need special reader, loss of token issues, user dissatisfaction. Smart card or embossed card. It looks like credit card, has own processor, memory, IO ports, wired or wireless access by reader, may have crypto coprocessor, ROM, EEPROM, RAM, memory. Executes protocol to authenticate with reader, also have USB dongles. Biometric authentication. Authentication user based on one of their physical characteristics. Biometric authentication system authenticates an individual card based on unique physical characteristics like fingerprint, hand geometry, facial characteristics, and retinal and iris pattern. Dynamic characteristics like voice print and signature. Facial characteristics. Characteristics based on location and shape of key facial feature such as eyes, rainbow, nose, lips, and chin shape. Fingerprint, the pattern of ridges and furrows on the surface of the fingertip. Hand geometry, identify features of hand, example, shape, length, and width of fingers. Retinal pattern, found by veins beneath the retinal surface, is unique. Uses digital image of the retinal pattern by protecting a low intensity beam of visual or infrastructure light into the eye. Signature, each individual has a unique style of handwriting, especially in signature. Operations of a biometric system. Each user must first be enrolled in the system. For biometric system, the user presents a name and a password PIN. System senses some biometric characteristics of the user, example fingerprint or right index finger. The system digitizes the input and then extract a set of features that can be stored as a number or set of numbers. The set of number is referred to as user's template. User authentication on a biometric system involves either verification or identification. Verification is similar to a user logging onto a system by using a memory card or smart card coupled with a password or PIN. In identification process, the individual uses the biometric sensor but presents no additional information. The system then compares the presented template with the set of stored template. If there is a match, then this user is defined. Otherwise, the user is rejected. Thank you for watching.